How Velma became a modern instant classic like Rick and Morty.
Didn't try hard enough. God's not real if you two morons are running this investigation.
Velma easily became the 5th most popular show on Rotten Tomatoes quite easily. How could that happen when the audience reviews are terrible? Well, my friends, there is one easy answer to that question. Hate watching.
Hey, watch where you're going, jerk.
Hate watching is very real. Lots of people, including myself, are intrigued by all the bad reviews on YouTube and elsewhere. But that also creates this fascinating curiosity that drives us to watch at least the first episode.
Only think you murdered Brenda because you...
We're voted most revengey in the school yearbook. I know. Oh, those yearbook guys have no idea what's coming to them.
The more a filmmaker makes people talk about their work, the more audiences would recognize and watch their content. For example, Batwoman Season 1 and 2. Now, both seasons were unanimously hated by adult audiences and critically panned by audiences and YouTubers, which resulted in free advertisement for the shows. More talk equals more views.
Time to be powerful.
The critics always seems to love all the woke shows, as I believe that brings in more advertisers. Being woke equals advertiser friendly. Production companies like Warner Brothers, owners of DC.
Save Martha! Why did you say that name?
Also happen to own CNN and other media organizations, whose employ journalists who are in fact the critics featured in Rotten Tomatoes, which itself is hilarious by all measure. But to add to the flame, these journalists get previews before the audiences get their opportunity. This makes the invitation to such previews of films before release important. Now I've heard critics who gave bad reviews for Thor Ragnarok were actually banned by Disney since then.
I choose to run toward my problems and not away from them. That's what...
This allows big companies to have leverage over movie critics who, in my opinion, are untrustworthy. Velma shares the same DNA as She-Hulk. Both shows were designed to create outrage on YouTube and Twitter. Trash white men and men in particular. That is permissible in today's social media age of 2023. Disney didn't even bother to write a proper script, nor did they use good VFX for She-Hulk. Quite clearly emphasize, the show was in fact a marketing gimmick. In the past, Disney never made any female-centric shows or movies. Nor did Marvel. They have been trying hard to make up for lost reputation and goodwill among women and advertisers. Now I don't hate this show, Velma I mean. It's business at the end of the day. Velma seems to follow the route of Rick and Morty. Social and political commentary makes people get closely attached to movies and TV shows, as politics is very personal to lots of people.
Mr. President, I think the point of the Electoral College is...
To preserve slavery? That's right, Steve. I have the internet too. Now take your white ass to the kitchenette and bring me a Diet Coke.
Rick and Morty engineered that path for most shows that came later. Mixing politics plus comedy plus sci-fi worked well for Rick and Morty. I've seen shows like The Walking Dead become more and more addicted to politics and social meta-commentary for views as the shows got closer to the end.
Hey, Mark.
Shut up. Give me your gun. How does that feel?
It feels...
Shut up. Go inside, get the cooler, start packing up. Hey, genius. Go.
It's almost like the creators of such TV show and movies add politics and social commentary into their work in order to strengthen their reach, because good story and good screenplay are tough to write.
Oh, no.
The Walking Dead creators have been running on low gas for a while now. Coming back to Disney and She-Hulk, that show was supposed to be the next Rick and Morty, a meta-commentary on the world around us. Fortunately, the show was a success. It created enough traction for Disney, and so did Velma for HBO Max plus Warner Brothers.
I'll see you in court, babe.
Put together, shows and movies that talk about politics in general gain more traction on YouTube, TikTok, and Twitter. Those places literally thrive on outrage culture.
A Washington state police officer is suspended after posting a controversial video to TikTok.
If us officers stay behind you long enough, we can find a reason to pull you over.
Oh, no.
Okay, time for a thing that I hate. An episode of the TV show, The Last of Us. Okay, it's a show about a zombie apocalypse that essentially arises because fungi go viral. So the entire plot of the episode is that Ron Swanson, Nick Offerman, but he actually plays Ron Swanson, but Ron Swanson who likes to nail dudes.
Oh, no. I saw like a snippet and it did not look good. I'm gonna be honest. Like I saw like her carry someone, I think. Trans people are the only funny leftists. No, there's plenty of funny leftists out there. They're just like, but there's way more annoying ones.
Your Honor. Your Honor, I'm slaying.
Oh, no.
Of course, this being a modern remake produced by professional victims with ingrained grievances, the diverse female main character has to be the singular genius who triumphs against the odds, and everyone else just kind of orbits around her, entranced by her all-conquering awesomeness. And of course, the rich white guy is always on hand to be the butt of every single joke. Now, you might be wondering if I'm going to watch the rest of this season so I can give it a fuller review by the end, and the answer to that is, fuck off!
I don't get it. I don't get the hate. But like I said, anger is monetizable. I've seen it myself. My views have declined a lot since not reviewing movies I didn't like anymore.
The creators of Velma, She-Hulk, Rick and Morty knew these machines, like YouTube and TikTok, could be used to create outrage. That outrage could be milked into guaranteed success of their shows as more people get to know about their content, leading to more views.
Did you eat all the gummy vitamins again?
There you go. Get it all out. Yep, okay. Oh boy. Still more.
We have seen Cosmopolitan use outrage culture to create traction with fat models. The same applies here.
You are celebrating morbid obesity.
I am not celebrating
That's what you're
morbid
doing.
obesity.
You want to sort of look at this and go, and you're doing it for clickbaits, you're doing it to be on TV, you're doing it to get Cosmo talked about.
Absolutely not.
At the end of the day, Velma is more successful than good shows like Arcane, League of Legends.
You talk too much. Here we go.
Last but not least, media attention. The more people talk about a movie or series on Twitter or YouTube, the more press attention it gets. Obviously, the super intelligent journalists have to donate their opinions in order to gain advertisers. Mindy Kaling, who played a recognized role in The Office and had a 6 to 7 season titular role in The Mindy Project on Fox and Hulu, was famous, but not enough to be a brand.
Well, I manage my department, and I've been doing that for several years now. And, God, I've learned a lot of life lessons along the way.
Your department's just you, right?
Yes, Jim, but I am not easy to manage.
In today's age, being famous isn't enough. Relevance is more important. But now the cool kids on TikTok and YouTube are talking about her. She's getting featured on late-night shows. All by itself is free advertisement of her brand.
As a woman of color,
this
so
is good.
important.
This is good. Lean into this.
To take roles.
This is good.
Where you're multiple colors.
What was the response like when this news came out?
Velma character would be reimagined as South Asian. And people were not happy.
They weren't happy with the change.
And I just couldn't understand how, couldn't imagine a really smart, nerdy girl with terrible eyesight and who loved to solve mysteries could not be Indian.
Right.
She capitalized on victimhood and being Indian. In fact, even now sitting vice president, then presidential candidate, came to Mindy Kaling to advertise herself for elections. Knowing the amount of goodwill and reach that would create for Mindy, Kamala Harris herself.
And today we are cooking, but we have a very special guest. Very special. Senator Kamala Harris.
Hi, guys.
Wait, so here's what I want to know.
Okay.
Is it respectful to call, like, I should be calling you Senator Harris, right?
No, you should not. That's not on my birth certificate.
Okay.
Kamala? Yes, please.
Okay, because the Indian in me, I feel like my parents,
Just
my
don't
dad
call
will
me
watch this.
Just don't call me auntie.
Okay, I won't call you auntie.
Though it seems like most Indians hate her guts on Twitter, YouTube, and even in real life, because in reality, outside Hollywood bubble, Mindy represents uber-rich Californian Indians who live a completely privileged and safe lives, making TV series one after another for big companies. Velma is an instant success and an instant classic that has been renewed for season 2 by HBO Max. The same company, Warner Brothers, who released the so-called Snyder Cut into their streaming service to create subscribers and revenue.
I'm excited for fans to get to see this giant 4-hour movie that's completely singular to their investment. If you followed the first two movies, this movie really kind of takes you into a completely immersive scope and scale.
You don't think they would on purpose support a show that creates so much traction on social media, even in the name of hate? Absolutely they would. It's free advertisement of their brand name in every YouTube video.
Dinkley! Fred's a rich white guy with a tiny dong. He did it. Now, excuse me, I have to go find my missing mother.
Today's hate watching is tomorrow's cult classic in this social media age. Get used to it.
What do you want? Just to offer my sincerest condolences for the loss of your more popular friends that you picked over me.
For $500.
$500? That's like $1 million.
Oh, no.